Hi guys! So today I am filming our final survival video where I'm going to be teaching you the skill that I've taught myself over the course of this class. So let's get into it. I picked gardening, specifically like small space gardening, because I feel like a lot of us don't have the space for like a full-scale garden. A lot of us are in apartments or, you know, just smaller like dorms. You can still grow stuff in that. I was limited a little bit in my time for this project, and I ended up only doing outdoor small spaces, but I'm going to talk to you about indoor because I started indoor, and we'll go from there. There's a horse. That's my neighbor's horse. He's a cutie. Anyways, so let's start about okay. He's gonna cameo. Let's talk about why the survival skill is useful. This is really useful in day-to-day life. It can save you money. You know exactly where your food is coming from, because you grew it. You know that it's fresh off the plant. You know what you put into that plant. He's just eating the tree. So in just day to day, I feel like it's a great skill to know just in general, even if you're not preparing for a survival situation. But if you are preparing for a survival situation, it can be great for a scenario where, you know, there's a shortage of food, or you can't get to the grocery store, or there's nothing in the grocery store, etc., etc., etc. It's a really good idea to have your own like self-sufficiency way to get food. So that's why and how it's a good skill to have. Let me tell you about what I've done here. So I started off, we went to the store, we got a bunch of supplies. We went like big scale because my mom and I did this together. It's something we've been wanting to do for a while. So I went specifically myself. I got cucumbers. These are beans. I got cucumbers and beans. I also got like bell peppers, onions, some other stuff that we tossed in there. I babied my cucumbers because I wanted to see what would happen. So I got these. These are little like biodegradable seedling starters. So I put like 3 cucumber seeds. It'll say like on the back of the packet, like the seed packet, it'll say like planting directions. So how many seeds to put in, the, you know, distance to keep between them, what time of year to plant them, etc., etc. There are some better books out there. I did one for my book report. It's called Grow Food Anywhere, I think. I highly recommend it. It has a really good like map of like climates and information specifically on each plant. I don't know how accurate the back of the seed packet is. I didn't follow it exactly. I put a lot less distance. Anyways, I started these in these pots inside in my bathroom to keep them really humid. I had them in a cupcake box, like a plastic cupcake holder that clips on the side, and then I misted them every day. So they were nice and humid, they were watered, all the things that they needed. When they got to be a couple inches tall, oh, I also took them outside every day. Like, these were my babies. The horse is eating our roses. I took them outside every day. I let them have sun, especially as they got taller. And then when they were a couple inches tall, I brought them out here. I set up this area. So this is just a fire pit ring that we got from Tractor Supply. You can also get, I've seen planters from Home Depot that are basically just like $20 plastic bins that have holes drilled in the bottom of them, or you can go even cheaper. You can go, I don't know, like the Dollar Tree or something and get your own plastic bin, put your own holes in it. Easy. That's just to make sure that you have good drainage and so you don't get root rot in all of your stuff from over watering, because we all do it. We've all been there, I promise. So this is what I picked for like my small space, even though it is kind of large, but for us, we're gonna call it small. So I put this in here. I put a weed tarp underneath it just to keep weeds from like growing up and to kill anything like grass underneath there. And then I took all of the spare wood we have from like hurricane debris and stuff. I lined it with wood, just to kind of fill space and for like, excuse me, nutrients and stuff. Like it'll eventually degrade and it'll be good for the plants. I don't have quotes on that. That's what my mom told me to do. She's my source for that. But I've seen it before, so I know that it's pretty legit. And then I took a 50-50 mix. I took bags of soil, planting soil, and then I took bags of like compost, like manure. I mixed those 50-50, and then I planted my seedlings in a little ring. There's no rhyme or reason to that. I just tossed them in like that. I thought that it would work. I think I have peppers in the middle. I don't remember. There's a thing called chaos gardening, and I think that's the rules that I'm following. So that's how I set up my bed. And those guys are growing as well as these guys are. These guys are massive. So these are still cucumbers. I've got sticks here that they're growing up. And I mean, look at this. This is small. I don't even think we have holes drilled in that. We just put them in there and they're growing. So plants, they can be picky, but just make sure they have the essentials. You'll be good. Light, water every day. Not too much water though. Nutrients, we used an organic fertilizer on these, I think. I just found some stuff and I tossed it on. Again, not complicated. We have little tomatoes. I don't know if you can see them. Little tomatoes. We have basil. I think these are more cucumbers. Yeah. We have a lot of stuff going on here. I think that's all that I wanted to show you guys. We have some more over here. We have the beans that I was talking about. Parsley. See, they don't have to be big. You can just put them. Here are the ladies. Chickens are another good skill to know. They give you eggs. But I think that that's it for my video. I've showed you my scale. I've showed you how I did it. If you wanted to grow them indoors, it wouldn't be that much different. Just make sure they have adequate light. If they're not getting enough light from like a window, just add some artificial light. They're gonna be okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Go be chaotic. Throw some seeds in the ground. Do good. Bye.